So thinking about then our planning and how we go about setting goals at the tier 1 level, it's always helpful for us to kind of ground ourselves in data and use that as a way for us to identify whether what we're doing is working or not. So a question you can ask is, what goal will we aim for by our next review meeting? And again, being as specific, making sure that we have a measure, that it's attainable, it's realistic, and that there's a time component. So by this point, we want to see this percentage of our students scoring in the low risk range, would be a great example of a goal. Then from there, it's important that you list out possible strategies that are going to address that goal. So some different strategies we typically see are, um, making sure that the strategies that we're going to implement are going to be research based. Which ones are going to be most practical? What materials do we have available? And then which ones require additional training? So this is kind of like taking that brainstorming idea and then basically validating that it's something that we can do and that we have the time or the resources to make sure that we're not just saying we're going to do all of these things, but we don't actually have the supports in place to implement the strategies that we're suggesting. And so you do this as kind of a team, by the way, at that data analysis team after the universal screening. And again, selecting and explicitly describing the strategy is really important, because sometimes we just loosely say what we're going to do and then we don't follow up. So being as specific as we can is really important. Again, planning out the logistics. Is there a need for us to purchase something? What additional follow-up items do we have to make sure that we're actually implementing that strategy? And then, of course, we need to determine at this point, when are we going to sit back down as a team and review the next set of data so that we can review the goal and our progress toward that goal at the universal level.